here in Da Nang, Vietnam. Now today we're going to talk about the stance, how to get ourselves set up to the ball correctly with good posture, good distance from the ball. Really important we do set ourselves up for a good golf swing by getting ourselves in the correct stance. Now, with our previous couple of lessons, we've talked about the grip, how to get our hands onto the club correctly. Good idea to hold the club out in front of us, 45-degree angle, just pointing down towards our belt buckle, arms just hanging relaxed, or our elbows hanging relaxed by our side, in a position where we can bring the hands onto the club. So we're standing here with our feet together, 45-degree angle, getting our grip organized, standing up straight. Now what I want us to do is to be able to bring the shaft of the club down into a horizontal position. So it's coming from this spot down to horizontal, but we're not moving our arms. We're just bending at the hips. We're not bending our waist, we're not bending our whole back. It's just one significant bending point at the hips. We then bend the knees slightly. When we bend the knees, we don't affect the posture. So bending at the hips, bending at the knees. So we've still got that significant bending point. When I look down here, my hands are just above the line of my feet. So if I don't bend enough and I look down, my hands are out here, maybe a foot in front of my toes. So that's a good little checkpoint to see whether you've got the right amount of tilt. Hands above the line of the feet. Bend the knees slightly, then simply just let your arms drop. Hanging nice and relaxed, they'll find the correct position. So we're in a position where the arms again are just hanging nice and loose. I'm not reaching out too far. My arms aren't reaching out from my shoulders. I'm not so close that my upper arms are touching the side of my chest. They're hanging away from my chest, but they're hanging, okay? From this angle, good little checkpoint is that the shaft of the club should be angled a little bit to the right. So my hands are more in a line with my left toe when I'm bending over, and the head of the club's more in a line with my right toe, so that when I do drop the arms and then I spread the feet apart equal distance either side of the ball with an iron club, my hands are just left hand side of my zipper here. They're not pointing straight towards my zipper, slightly to the left side. You'll notice that my right shoulder is lower than my left shoulder. That happens because the right hand is lower on the club than the left hand. We don't want to be horizontal with the shoulders. There should be a little bit of spine tilt away from the target there. So ball in the center of the stance, the feet are about shoulder width apart, okay? Not too wide, not too narrow, just shoulder width apart. Okay, so that's a good little routine that you should do each time you step up to a shot. Holding the club out in front of you, 45-degree angle, feet together, bending at the hips, bending at the knees, let the arms drop. My hands are just in a line with my left foot. Spread the feet apart, equal distance either side of the ball, so that ball's in the center of the stance with an iron. So it's just a little routine you can practice at home, and a routine you've got to do every time you hit a golf shot.